Social and political commentary from a Christian male perspective.
Grace and peace, everybody. We are back. You saw the thumbnail, you saw the title. So you know what we are about to do. Your boy done finished up Black Fatigue. I'm tired. I got Black Fatigue. And what I want to do is just go over chapters 8, 9, and then kind of the conclusion. And I'll summarize this book as the unaccountability manual, the irresponsibility guidebook, if you want to. If you want to blame other people for all of your faults, all of your foibles, all of your missteps, this is the right book for you. That's just it. Let's go. Chapter 8. Now, this chapter, Out of the Mouth of Babes, this is Black children's fatigue. Now, Winter delves into the early onset of Black fatigue in children. It was really gross that you're assuming, you're projecting all of this foolishness onto kids, black, white, indifferent. You're injecting it and projecting it onto them. Now, she highlights how Black children are often subjected to adultification, which I do agree, but that's because of our parenting, not because of racism. But continue, leading to harsher disciplinary actions in schools and lack of empathy in their experiences. No, we just raise our children like that. We raise our children to emulate adulthood well before they should. But let's continue. And she says this premature exposure to systematic racism contributes to psychological stress and a sense of vulnerability from a very young age, rather than taking responsibility and saying the way we raise our children puts them in this position of being tired, vulnerable, feeling defeated, feeling like they can't move forward, feeling like they're constantly at odds with someone. We could just say that, but no. It's so much easier to blame it on white people. Chapter 9. She calls this a clarion call for collective action. In this chapter, Winter emphasizes the necessity of collective responsibility in addressing Black fatigue. She advocates for active allyship, urging individuals to educate themselves on systematic racism, engage in a meaningful conversation, and support of policies that promote equity, rather than policies that promote social and personal responsibility. She's talking about equity rather than the fact that let's take personal responsibility for our own actions, what I do, what I bring to the table at a job, how I parent my children, how I interact with other people. Nope, there's no responsibility. It is always pointing outward. Winter stresses that combating Black fatigue requires sustained effort and commitment from all sectors of society. So again, I've said this multiple times. If you want to be a victim, you're always looking at what the other people are doing and what they're doing to you or how they're living their lives. Is really the 10th commandment violation. You're coveting other people's stuff and you want what they have rather than saying what you have is sufficient. What God has given you is enough because he's giving you exactly what you need. Nope, I want what you have and I won't be happy until I have it. And that's ultimately what this book is about. Ultimately what it's about. All this fatigue, all this being tired, all this stuff that she's going over, really when the smoke clears is because I am not happy, content with what I have, and I'm not taking any personal responsibility for what I have, none whatsoever. Let's finish this up. She says, reimagining a just world. And I've said this before, a lot of people don't like it, but this is not a Christian idea. What this woman is projecting in this book and what she's promoting in this book is not Christian at all. Like reimagining a just world. Listen, Winter concludes by envisioning a society where equity and justice are not just ideas, but reality. Are we going to actually have justice? I'm sorry, fair and equal justice and equity here on terra firma right now in time and space? Are we going to do that? We can't because we're sinners. There's no way that that's going to happen. But continue. She calls for reimagining societal structures and encouraging readers to dismantle systemic barriers and foster environments where Black individuals can thrive without the the burden of racial fatigue. But by no means does she ever explain what are these systems that we're dismantling. What is a system that you want to see dismantled? And it's not very clear. It's not clear. It's just dismantle systems. Well, what is the system? Give me an example. Give me lay out in front of me an example that needs to be dismantled. And what would be your solution to said dismantling? Let's finish up. So the great takeaways. Black fatigue provides a comprehensive exploration of this uh, pervasive impact of systemic racism on Black individuals. I'm going to say, as I said earlier, I think that this is a fool's errand. It's a it's a it's a waste. It's ultimately a waste. She goes from childhood to adulthood, really pointing the finger and blaming everybody else but the individual, giving the responsibility, the power of change to other entities besides yourself. Because sure, I'm not saying that there's not problems in society. I'm not saying that there's not situations that need to be dealt with, but the large, overwhelming majority of those problems are things that I can resolve. I don't need anybody else to fix them. If I want to, it's not systemic racism that's keeping me from working out. It's just me being lazy. That's it. So it really doesn't matter about my neighbors or anything about white people whatsoever. It's something that I need to resolve myself and go work out. It's really that easy. But there's so many other examples like that in our own lives that this book really should is a waste. Now, Winter combines her own personal stories as well as some kind of research that ultimately, in my opinion, does not match or cut the mustard that she's trying to illustrate in this multifaceted um, conglomeration that she calls Black fatigue. And I don't believe that the steps that she offers or the steps that she tries to throw out there are really ultimately going to result in anything because we can't have an equitable society in a world full of sinners. It just doesn't work. And we know that this is almost like a utopian idea that she has. And ultimately, I think she just came up with it to sell books and take the blame off of Black people, take the blame or the responsibility rather off of Black people, take the ownership and the responsibility of resolving this issue off of me and put it on somebody else. So they didn't do it, therefore I can't be right. I can't be fixed. I can't go work out because this person, that person, other people's excuses. It's pretty interesting, but let me know if you read the book. Let me know. Feel free. And if you want to go back through it again or whatever like that, comment down below. I'd love to hear what your thoughts are. We'll definitely go through it and the whatnot like that. But ultimately, I'm fine with Black fatigue getting a new meaning and a new usage. I'm perfectly fine with that because I don't think that this is the right usage of the term. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. I appreciate y'all rocking with me. Again, if you've read the book, comment down below if you have some thoughts about it or anything of that nature. Feel free to let me know, and I gladly will revisit this. So I appreciate you all. And until next time, everybody, grace and peace.